The world around him has changed.
2 of our agents are dead.
All the rules have been thrown out of the window.
Death to spies.
I take it that this is not a social call.
The time for joking is over.
We're the laughingstock of the intelligence community.
It's spying with a new attitude.
I report in an hour.
But some things always stay the same.
Better make that 2.
Timothy Dalton is
Bond, James Bond.
in the living daylights, Wednesday at 8.
I'd do anything for you, dear. Anything. Yes, we do. Anything.
Kuja Kuja, Thursday at 11 on ITV2.
Winner!
Winner! Winner!
Winner! A winner. Get it?
We produce an energy that's clean and efficient.
Welcome to the future of energy production!
An energy for business. An energy for leisure.
It powers things like my dishwasher.
Who are we? Weetabix, generating energy for everyone.
Announcing an incredible offer from JML. The multi-chef at Pound Stretcher and Everyone Wants is now only $5.99. That saves you a massive 40%. Turn the handle. It will chop, mix, whip and beat. Use the super slicing lid to cut and shred any vegetable or fruit. Buy now and receive the JML Edge Knife worth $3.99 absolutely free. The JML Multi-Chef is now only $5.99, including your free Edge Knife. That's a remarkable 40% price reduction at all Pound Stretcher and Everyone Wants.
Just before and during your period, your body temperature is ever so slightly higher. This actually affects your sleep, and you may move about more than usual in your bed. Lots of wriggling about means you need a pad that can keep you as well covered as possible. Because the new Always Night pad now has even longer, flexible wings, it's the best protecting Always pad ever. So all you have to worry about is keeping cool. Always talking your body's language.
Jenny, your dinner's ready.
I just need to speak to Auntie Maria. Hiya, how's things?
Buongiorno, Jenny, come stai? Va bene?
I don't know, where is everybody? Dinner, love.
I'm coming now.
You must come out here.
Oh, it looks great. Quite a community on AOL, isn't it?
Good job I'm only cooking for the family.
With 23 channels of entertainment and information, you and your family can feel at home with AOL. Call now for your completely free trial.
Just bought the school uniform from Woolies for little Vicky. Vicky is wearing a trendy polo shirt with a stylish scalloped collar and a rather lovely grey pleated skirt. Stand still. All of that under a tenner.
Thanks, Dad.
Great value, great quality Ladybird schoolwear at Woolworths.
If we end up in there, we'll be all stretched and out of shape.
If I can just reach the new comfort form, that'll help save us from going saggy. Just the solution I was looking for. Ooh. Shaking, not stretched. Not stretched, not stretched.
New Comfort Form Conditioner helps keep clothes in great shape.
I just don't know what to do, Sue. You just upped and went. I'm up to my eyeballs in debt.
Have you tried these, Jan? Rowntree's Fruit Rush. They're fruity, they're full of hidden juiciness, and they're guaranteed to bring your man back.
Bailiffs, madam. Come to take your fridge.
New Fruit Rush. The fruity, the juicy. What more do you want?
When you think of getaway cars, you think fast. Well, now, think again.
I thought that if this vehicle got away from us, it could be very, very embarrassing. I could imagine a lot of people would love to take the mick out of a police car that could stop a robbing the lion.
New Drivers from Hell, Tuesday at 9.
Very soon, a group of celebrities will have to do what you say in this remote jungle. Please, don't be gentle with them.
Now, just ahead of all the top stories from in and around your region, the latest ITV News Summary.
Good afternoon. Police searching for the missing schoolgirls Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman revealed today what may be a vital sighting. They said a witness saw a driver struggling in his car with what appeared to be 2 children close to Soham on the evening the girls disappeared. Holly and Jessica's parents have revealed in an interview for ITV's Tonight programme that they feared the girls had been abducted from the very start. Police in 4 pilot areas of Britain were given the power today to issue on-the-spot fines for bad behaviour. They'll be targeting people who are drunk, abusive or behaving loutishly. And torrential rain has brought chaos to large parts of Central and Eastern Europe. Rescue workers in Austria are struggling to cope with rising river levels, and the region around Salzburg has been put on disaster alert. Next from us is the ITV Evening News at 6:30. Till then, bye-bye.
Good afternoon. Scotland's Environment Minister says he won't be quitting over the country's water crisis. Ross Finney is meeting bosses at Scottish Water this afternoon to discuss the safety of our supplies. He has admitted mistakes were made in the handling of the cryptosporidium outbreak, but insists he still has a job to do. Duncan Young reports.
It may be fit to drink, but as far as his opponents are concerned, the question now is whether the man responsible for Scotland's water is fit for office.
He should resign. There are 3 good reasons for that. Firstly, he misled the people of Glasgow about the scale of protection they had as compared with south of the border in England. Secondly, he kept from them a report on the parasite bug from last November. And thirdly, he's misled the Transport and Environment Committee of the Scottish Parliament about the true extent of contamination in Scottish water.
Confusion reigned last week when thousands of Glaswegians were forced to boil their drinking water, while in Edinburgh on Friday a warning over drinking water was removed after just 2 hours. Ross Finney accepts that public information was not everything it should have been, but says he's not going anywhere.
I have a job to do, and that job is the job that I've been embarked upon now for well over a year, and that is to make sure that the quality of water supplied by Scottish Water improves. That's one of the reasons I set up Scottish Water. That's one of the reasons we've also committed £1.8 billion to improve the quality of Scottish water.
But the fears of some of those affected by last week's fiasco have not gone away.
I still wouldn't trust it now, still buy bottled water. I would have thought that we'd have learnt how to get the information across to people better by now.
Bosses from Scottish Water will be expected to provide some answers about that lack of information when they meet with Ross Finney.
Duncan Young with that report. Well, after all the controversy and health scares surrounding Scotland's water, we want to know what you think. Scotland Today is running a special phone poll to find out if you've lost confidence in our water supply. So we're asking, are you confident that Scotland's water is safe to drink? Well, if you think yes, it is safe to drink, call 09015 60 40 31. And if you think it isn't safe to drink, then dial 09015 60 40 32. Lines are open now and the call will cost you no more than 10 pence. You can also register your vote on our website at www.scottishtv.co.uk/Scotland Today, and we will of course bring you the results at 6 o'clock. Glasgow's hospitals are to benefit from a £700 million modernisation plan. The Health Minister Malcolm Chisholm has given the project the go-ahead after a 3-year consultation process. Among the improvements will be extended accident and emergency units at Glasgow Royal Infirmary and the Southern General, and new care units at the Victoria and Stob Hill. Announcing the cash, Mr Chisholm said it would give the city 21st century healthcare. Well, just under £500,000 worth of grants are being made available to tackle sectarianism in Glasgow. The organisation Sense Over Sectarianism wants to encourage community-based projects to break down the barriers of bigotry at a local level in a bid to challenge attitudes which can often lead to violence and a divided society. Claire Dean reports.
The Corver football team in Glasgow has over 50 players. This school team is made up of pupils from 2 schools, Anderson Primary, which is non-denominational, and St Patrick's, the local Catholic school. The young players train and play together at both schools week about.
It was that divide that Anderson would have to beat St Patrick's because
in the past it's been a Roman Catholic school and vice versa, but now, as I say, that's all put behind us, and both sets of schools and the children get on well together. Is that they can wear their Rangers tops or their Celtic tops. There's no problem with that. They all play together.
On the sidelines, the parents are mixing too. All can already see the benefits and, perhaps more importantly, hope for the future.
If you start them off at a young age and teach them from a young age, they grow up, they keep their friends from different backgrounds.
And they get big difference. I don't feel they'll have anything against each other because they've known each other since they're small.
The team has been awarded £1,700 for their efforts in tackling sectarianism. But for the children, they simply share a love of football.
We get a lot of fun. We like all of them. We get to be friends and all that. We meet other people.
We should just play. Like Catholics, Protestants, I think we should just play.
Just play together? The Corver football team is just one of 120 projects SOS hope to fund in the Glasgow area over the next 3 years. While some integration is already being seen, changing attitudes in an entrenched society is a much longer-term goal.
Claire Dean there. An Edinburgh school has been almost completely wrecked after a group of vandals went on a rampage last night. At least £100,000 worth of damage has been done to Halesden Primary School in the west of the city. Well, the council is now up against the clock to try and carry out all the repairs before the pupils return next week. Nicola Kane has more.
The inside of Halesden Primary has been smashed up, flooded and spray painted. In their spree of vandalism, the gang broke almost every toilet and sink in the building. They've wrecked the kitchen, throwing food on the floor. Ceiling tiles have been pulled down and there's broken glass almost everywhere. The worst damage is here in the computer room. Every single one of these 15 monitors has either been smashed or spray painted, and it's estimated it'll cost around £30,000 to replace them.
Absolute, complete devastation. I just can't believe that anybody would do it.
And who do you think has done it?
I would like to think that it's nobody that's connected with the school, and I hope that if anybody knows anything, they'll let myself or the police know so that we can catch these people and nobody else will suffer in the same way that we have.
It's thought that the gang probably knew that the school's janitor had died just a couple of weeks ago and that there would be no one on site. Police are hopeful that local people here will lead them to whoever's responsible.
It's their kids that go to the school. There's lots of primary one kids will be looking forward to coming to school in the next week, and this is going to severely restrict their access to the school, if not in fact close it altogether. So yes, I would suspect that local people will be very angry at the extent of damage that's been caused.
The new term is due to begin next week, but the council says some pupils may have to be taught in temporary accommodation if they can't carry out all the repairs in time.
Nicola Kane with that report. Schools and colleges across Scotland have been receiving copies of this year's higher and standard grade exam results, but pupils face another day's wait until their certificates arrive tomorrow morning. 137,000 envelopes have been sent out by the Scottish Qualifications Authority. Well, the organisation says it is confident that there will be no repeat of the fiasco 2 years ago, where many students received incorrect or late results. On to football now. Bertie Vogts is named to Scotland's squad for the friendly against Denmark later this month at Hampden. And there are no real surprises among the goalkeepers. In defence, Celtic's Stephen Craney gets the nod, as does Maurice Ross of Rangers, who impressed Vogts during Scotland's summer tour of the Far East. In the midfield, Derek McInnes' impressive form with his club West Bromwich Albion has earned him a chance to win his first cap at the age of 31. Gary Naismith has also been handed the chance to get his Scotland career back on track after returning from injury. Youngsters Kevin Carl and Scott Dobie have also been named among the strikers.
We have to win 3 points in a farewell. And in the second game is a very, very important game for Scotland. It's a very, very important game for the qualification, maybe for the playoff place against Iceland. And I hope for 6 points in both games.
Bertie Vogts there. Meanwhile, Stuart Lovell and Marvin Andrews have been ruled out of Livingston's UEFA Cup qualifier against FC Vaduz. Skipper Lovell hasn't recovered from a knee injury, while Andrews has chickenpox. Well, the squad flew out to Liechtenstein this morning ahead of tomorrow night's first leg encounter, which will be the club's first ever game in a European competition. And that's it for now. I'll be back with Shireen for the main edition of Scotland Today at 6 o'clock with all the top stories, and of course Jane will be here with all of the sport. In the meantime, until 6 o'clock, have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.